So it's just a little bit past sunset, and you're racking your brain thinking of a place to stick your sausage that'll have mommy shutting her mouth and just saying yeah.
Cooking, not cleaning, we smoking and seasoning, grilling, sauteing, and chilling is the reason. Raddad Cooks, y'all.
What's happening, everybody? Raddad Cooks here. You know, sausage, peppers, Classico is the perfect weekday meal. Most of these ingredients you probably got laying around the house. You might even have some extra sausage links grilled up from the weekend. Starting off with the sauce, we're just going 2 cans of tomato sauce. And to that, we're gonna add 2 ounces of extra virgin olive oil, nice heaping teaspoon of salt, and some crushed red peppers. Now the crushed red peppers are up to you. If you don't want it spicy, just leave them out. If you really like spicy, put some extra in. I used about a half a teaspoon right here for a medium spice level. Put it in a container and store it for about an hour before you use it. More time equals more flavor. If you got all night, put it in till tomorrow. Now let's start getting the rest of our ingredients mise en place. Mise en place, we have 1 medium sweet onion, 1 green bell pepper, about a pound of sausage grilled and cut in the bias. You can really use any kind of sausage you'd like. We're gonna start off by cooking those onions and peppers first. This is in a saute pan. Everything in a saute pan is done very hot and very fast. Once we get our oil coating our peppers and onions, we're gonna hit it with a nice heaping handful of oregano, and then we're gonna put a lid on it. It's gonna help sweat out some of the moisture in those and keep them from burning. After about 5 minutes with the lid on and stirring them occasionally, we'll have something like this. Put them on a tray or something to keep them out of the way while we prepare the rest of the dish. Get a pan heating over medium-high heat. Go ahead and add 1 ounce of olive oil to that. You can tell your oil is hot enough when it just starts to smoke and it's looking real thin in there. We're gonna add our seasonings, which is a tablespoon or around 2.5 cloves of garlic, roughly chopped, with a nice little pinch of that fresh basil. After about 30 seconds, we're gonna toss in our peppers and onions that we previously sauteed down. We're gonna let those sit in the pan for about 40 seconds. Then we're gonna introduce our sausage and give them a little saute. They're gonna be in here for about a minute or just long enough to reheat them. Remember, they're fully cooked, so we don't have to worry about reheating them. We just wanna crisp them up and get some of those flavors to blend together. After about a minute, we can go ahead and add our sauce. For sauce, we're doing about 10 ounces per portion of our fresh tomato sauce. We're gonna let this reduce down for about 45 seconds to a minute, and then we'll be ready to add our rigatoni noodles. Now you can use any kind of pasta you like. Traditionally, it's rigatoni. These are cold noodles because I pre-cooked them ahead of time and shocked them, so that way when dinner time came around, I could just put them in there. Now this sauce is super hot, so it's gonna reheat these fairly quickly, within about 30 seconds. If you were cooking the pasta right then and there, you can just take it out of the strainer. Make sure you strain it very well and then add it to the pasta. You can see now that our sauce is very reduced and it's coating that rigatoni eloquently. Go ahead and give it a taste. Make sure that pasta's heated back up. Season with salt and pepper as needed. And we're ready to finish this dish up. Like all good pastas, we're gonna finish it up with a nice little wedge of butter. We got about 3/4 of a tablespoon of butter in here. Now, when you're introducing your butter to your pasta to finish it, you want to keep it moving until that butter completely melts and evenly coats all of the pasta. You can see I'm holding the pan up above the heat. I'm not setting it on the heat. This will prevent our butter from breaking. Now that our butter is completely melted in, we can start to plate up, garnish with some feta cheese and some green onions. Bring that on out to mommy, and she'll be on that sausage so hard, you're gonna think that the water's trippy, or whatever those kids were saying at that festival last spring. We'll Thank you very much for stopping by, guys. If you love this video, please subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in, and if you love the content of this video, hit like on the way out. If you're new, become part of the Raddad Cooks ecosystem by subscribing and dinging that notification bell.